All right, first thing I'm going to bring up is their Spider-Man 4 could be in the works soon at Sony. Now, how is this news? We all knew a Spider-Man was coming. Actually, we didn't. There was rumors going around and theories that maybe Tom Holland was done and that they were going to kind of just focus on a different version of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Which
we all kind of thought maybe Andrew Garfield would fall into that realm, but then he quit Hollywood again. Well, but he seems to go in and out. You know what I mean? Like he kind of like, you don't hear from him for a while, then he pops back up and hey, look me, I'm famous, and then he dips out again. And whatever floats your boat. But we finally have some sort of fair confirmation from a Deadline article here. The Sony chairman Tom Rothman was asked about the future projects coming with Sony, and he kind of puts Spider-Man into his quote here. He says, Uncharted, Jumanji, Spider-Man. We have our Marvel business, which breaks into three tranches. There are the Spider-Man movies, which we're currently at work on two Spider-Verse sequels to our Oscar-winning animated movie, Talk Slut, with Lord and Miller. And we hope to get working on Spider-Man, on the next Spider-Man movie. We hope to get working on the next Spider-Man movie. That's our confirmation. Our confirmation is we hope. Now, here's the thing. Now, moving forward, this will be what I think will be the first Spider-Man that actually will not really be attached to the MCU. Is that a fair assessment? In the sense of like, I think now that they're pulling back and it's going to be just kind of Spider-Man in the Sony world, maybe MCU characters coming in and out, but he's not really going to be the pivotal part of the MCU story.
Maybe not, but there's still going to be MCU movies. Like Venom does not count as an MCU movie, but the Spider-Man trilogy does. I think it's going to stay like that. Like, Spider-Man 4 will be an MCU movie.
Yeah. Do you think? When is that contract up? Do we know anything about that contract, or do you like exactly how that works with Spider-Man? Like how he's going to like be involved with the Sonyverse and then MCU? Like, because I always thought once they did that, the No Way Home, that was their send off. Like, okay, well, come back to Sony Spider-Man, and we'll keep you here. That's hence why they kind of did a spoiler alert soft like reboot for him, at the end of No Way Home. Now he's going to be a completely different Spider-Man that we haven't seen before. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that he's always been talking about through all these movies.
I think they signed a contract and only one movie has come out since then, which was No Way Home. And the contract that they signed had him attached for two movies. It was a complicated contract because he was signed on for one Spider-Man movie and one MCU movie, which hasn't happened yet. So whatever that movie ends up being, a lot of people thought that was going to be Doctor Strange 2. Right. But it ended up not being that.
I mean, that seems like an organic transition, because he was kind of part of what happened there,
So he is contractually obligated to appear in at least one more MCU movie. And Sony and Sony and MCU seem to be doing very well right now. They seem to be very buddy at the moment. So I don't see them splitting anytime soon. In fact, I think they're going to become more involved over the years. Yeah. Well, like I think we'll start seeing other Sony Marvel movies with like the Marvel Studios logo above it. Like I think they're really going to start working together.
Well, don't they technically have to do the Marvel Studios logo? Like, isn't that
only for the Spider-Man movies? I'm talking for things like maybe future Venom movies.
Oh, okay.
Spider-Woman.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Movies like those kinds of movies.
I don't know. Can they do that?
Yeah. I mean, they have to be like directly involved with each other. They can't like Sony can't just only make a movie and be like, here, Marvel, release it, unless it's part of the contract. But like, it's too late for like Kraven the Hunter to be doing that. Right. That's already shooting. It's too late for that. But maybe they could go back on the deal and be like, hey, we haven't shot Venom 3 yet. We don't even have a script yet. So, you want to work together on this, maybe really tie it in kind of thing.
Make it not suck.
Yeah.
Oh, Marvel. I should be saying that about Sony. Sony just needs all the help they can get. They really do.
Yeah, they do.
Are
I'm
you
saying this hopefully because I want Sony to get the help they need.
right? Yeah, I mean, Sony is, to me, I see a sinking ship. But Spider-Man is like this big raft, like it's their life raft, and they're really holding on to that life raft. But
Yeah.
even with that, and their other Spider-Man properties that they're putting out, obviously, Morbius being the most recent one that just crashed and burned. Not only did it crash and burn for the movie, but it also it may have. I don't know if we'll see Jared Leto in a movie anytime soon. You know what I mean? Like that poor guy.
Not just Jared Leto. I don't think we will ever see Morbius again. The character.
Really?
There is no way we ever see that character again. Like I'll be shocked if that movie gets a sequel, or if whenever a Sinister Six movie comes out, because that's their end game plan, I'm sure. Whenever a Sinister Six movie comes out, Michael Keaton's just gonna walk up with like Kraven or something, and that's it. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, I got Kraven. So Venom, do you want to join us?" Like, it's Morbius? Who's that?
He's like that vampire guy ditched us. I don't know. What a loser. Screw that guy.
Yeah.
But it's not going to make any difference if they put this out or they don't bring Morbius back in, but they still make shitty movies. That's kind of like where we're at. Like, when are they going to stop making shitty movies? That should be like their main goal. I mean, Morbius had a lot of potential to be really good and probably was at one point in time, but it was just over edited. You just chopped all to hell. Let's see. Ooh, we got some comments here. Let's see. Malik, is that how you say it? Malik? Malik,
I think.
Honestly, I think multiverse gives Sony ability to allow Tom Holland's Spider-Man to continue in MCU. That's what Seth was saying. Pretty much allows other stories just to be under a multiverse category. Doesn't have to influence the MCU. Okay.
Yeah. I think Spider-Man could easily be like his own subsection of the MCU.
Yeah.
Maybe he can pop up every once and again, but like for the most part, I kind of want him to stay on his own. Maybe be like, oh hey, Daredevil appears in Spider-Man 4, they'll team up, but like, you know what I mean, like street level stuff. I don't want to see Spider-Man going to space anymore.
Fair. And you know what? And you bring up. Thank you for chiming in, Malik. I hope I'm saying your name right. Malik TV on. You come from Twitch. I have to look into that. Thanks for chiming in. This is if you brought up Daredevil, and man, if I predicted this, I'll be so excited. But remember back in the Hawkeye days, I said I think what they're going to set up is a new Daredevil that will team up with Spider-Man, like in the movies. Like it's going to be Spider-Man, Daredevil in that, like in their own friendly neighborhood sort of way.
Yeah.
So I think that's where they're headed. So
I hope so.
Malik says Andrew Garfield will probably be our street level, and Tom being Secret Wars. Well, but Andrew's gone, dude. He's retired for now, or taking a break. He's taking a break. Trust me, I want Andrew Garfield to be a part of it. It seems like the tone that they went for in Morbius, they were really banking on, on his Spider-Man being that Spider-Man. But now we have no idea. We have no clue, 'cause Sony just does things.
I mean, according to a Forbes article, I know I brought this up a little bit ago, like a few shows ago. According to a Forbes article, though, they offered him a bunch of movies, Andrew Garfield, and he said no. So I don't know about Andrew Garfield being our Spider-Man, but we'll see.
I hope so, because if anybody's watched my reviews, I have an entire Spider-Man review series, and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is my favorite one. I loved that first one. Is still my favorite Spider-Man movie. That the Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, that's man. Wishful thinking, but maybe it will happen. Maybe it will. One could only hope.